Welcome back to D&D. So, last week you had continued your investigation into the murdered museum curator as well as the stolen painting. Following some leads, you went back and you spoke to the Sea Elves who were manning the trade station near the surface, and you got a little information from them. Fiffle was able to identify a thieves' cant kind of graffiti that had been scrawled into the tower that was under the water, and he was able to trace it back to a fence who he found out had sold the underwater lockpicks to the people who robbed the museum. From there, you were able to gather together all of your clues, put them together, and you were able to discover where the possible murderers were located. Tracking down to the dry bar, you were able to find some pirates who were in the corner who cut a deal with the party where they would be let go in exchange for giving us some gold and telling you where the painting was found, as they emphasized that they weren't strictly fans of the new pirate admiral, and they'd also informed you that some additional pirates had been sent down to try and recover the clue that had been placed down by the Pirate King Stormhammer. You were able to recover the painting where we ended, and you saw that on the painting was a very, very realistic drawing or a painting that showed the members of the Teldrin, who consisted of Varen Varos, who consisted of Barbaros, who was Kraxon, as well as a member that Otto had recognized as being the true face of the Flayed One. There was also a member who had a melted candle symbol that was on his armor, and you saw one who was carrying Valor's Edge, as well as a number who you didn't recognize.
It was a woman, if I remember right.
Yes, she was the one who was bearing Valor's Edge, and she was with a green dragon. They all had been accompanied with dragons and had similar swords. So we leave you
Uh,
off there, where you had just managed to recover this painting.
eh? Uh, well, I would be asking Graham if is that brother Bones, but he's not here.
Ask
I'm gonna
yourself and then play Graham's response.
I mean, there's other members of the party as well.
so I don't know. I'm just gonna point out that that guy is the flayed one. So
We
we
like roll history checks looking at the painting to try to determine if we know who any of the people are that we don't recognize.
You can certainly
Or
try.
did it? Or do they recognize
uh
everyone?
yeah, that's good. Hang on. Let me get to my sheet. If my sheet is being stupid.
I could try.
What type
Uh
of roll? Do you want a history roll, Ian?
This would be history, yes.
History.
Unfortunately, you don't recognize anybody in the painting. This painting would have been done a little more than 3,000 years ago.
um hang on, it's loading. Please hold.
Yeah.
Uh
Jackie, unfortunately,
Becky don't know nothing about history.
yeah, this painting is. You can date to at least 10, 15 years back.
Based off of the singularity and we recognize I assume we recognize Craxon.
Yes.
Can we deduce who like the woman might have been and the other ones that we might not know based off of features we saw in the singularity?
She was not represented in the singularity at all, as the singularity was merely the memories of those members. Um,
Hmm.
and from what you remember, they had worked with Crexon as he was one of their coworkers. It'd probably be the most accurate way to describe it.
Uh, what about the flayed one? Did I see that face in the singularity?
You did not know. The only person who you saw in the memories of the singularity who are also on that painting is in fact Crexon.
Uh, let's just take this painting back before we just instead of just randomly discussing this in the open like this.
I mean, you're kind of in like a disused warehouse at the time.
Yeah, let's take this back.
Do it.
Uh,
Okay.
a disused warehouse is enough that people coming to this may show up.
Let's get out of here.
Um,
Keep going.
yeah, let's vamoose.
Where would you like to go?
Let's go bring this painting back
Where would you like to bring it back to?
to. I'm trying to remember. Was it the palace it came from?
This painting
No,
was
no. It was the. I'm sorry. It was. I completely forgot about the curator and all that. My brain shut him off as soon as we resolved that.
okay.
He doesn't exist to me after the resolvement. I have a smooth brain. Yeah, let's go bring this. All right. Uh,
Where would you like to bring it back to?
God. My brain, the wheels in my head are turning. Hang on.
The art museum.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Art museum or the
No,
castle?
no. My when I say the wheels in my head are turning, they're thinking of the absolute most catastrophic outcomes of going to the art museum. All right, let's just go to the art museum.
The art museum, you say?
Okay. Well, it takes you about 20 minutes to get from where you are to the art museum. Once the guards there see you with a giant painting, they kind of let you in, and the doors open up. Angling the painting, you'd be able to get it inside if you desire.
Yes, we will most assuredly get the painting inside.
Okay. Inside
Um,
is the museum curator's assistant, who had spoken to you previously. And seeing the painting is like, oh, excellent. Thank you for recovering that. And you were able to find the murderers then?
the murderers. I'm not lying, I don't think, but the murderers that was out of character by BT Dubs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Admiral Braxton's sent some very sticky finger people to grab this for you.
Okay. Well, you were able to stop them then?
It's Emerald Braxton, so I don't think there'll be any more murders here. But we're on. We have the same trail, so the end of the line is we are basically after them.
Oh, well, how were you able to recover the painting then? I thought they would have had to tell you.
Hold up, you came through cut apart.
Oh, the assistant is asking you how you're able to recover the painting.
Oh, okay. Damn, that was lagged. I'm sorry. We did a little eavesdropping.
Make a deception check. Oh, so you heard them speaking about where the painting was, so you know where they're located then?
Yes, we heard them. We heard them talking about the painting. I'm trying to remember. Libby gave them a warning from the I can't remember the name, so I'm going to say Stormy Norman Isles.
Okay.
And we had a hunch that the pirates were involved, and we heard them talking about it, and they left to go to the next clue, which was apparently in this painting. Speaking of
The
which, what the actual hell is the clue? That's out of character.
Okay, so the clue is not in the painting.
Right.
The pirates who you accepted the bribe from told you a second set of pirates was going to recover the clue, which was further down by a haunted ship.
Okay.
So, that being said, the museum curator's assistant hearing this was like, oh, I mean, I've studied this painting quite a bit. I didn't realize there was a clue written on it. Would you be able to point that out for me?
We overheard them talking about it. I have no idea what the clue is, my friend.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
I wish I could tell you because I don't know how they figured it out.
Well,
I am writing this deception check, by the way, real hardcore right now.
You can pretty much say whatever you want with that deception roll.
I mean, I can roll for him to see if he can like
No, no,
insight, but he's not going to do a very good job.
no. I'm good. I don't get these very often. I'm enjoying this. Yeah. So we just wanted to return this to you.
Well, thank you. And you'll be going back to stop the pirates then, where you overheard
Oh
them.
yeah, yeah. They murdered somebody, and they're after their new admiral is after the treasure that was promised to us by their old admiral that was actually a lot more honorable than this guy.
Well, that's great, I
So we'll
suppose.
probably
I do have a question for you though.
Yes.
Can you tell me about these people in the painting?
Oh, yes. So the people in the painting here are the Teldren. They were the kind of elite bodyguards and battle mages of the Elven King. So we were able to identify a number of the members of the actual painting here. Uh, Although most of them are known only by nicknames, unfortunately. But these appear to be the last actual members of the Teldrin before their exile, which happened shortly before the cataclysm that drove the elves from their kingdom and kind of scattered them about.
Which ones' nicknames do you know? I'm kind of curious.
Well, unfortunately, we don't know too much. Even the sea elves who brought this painting did not have the best concept of it. However, if you notice, she kind of points to the woman with Valor's Edge with the green dragon. We have the Lady of the Green here.
Lady of the Green.
Um, she was known for, from what we can determine, um, using pairs of twin dragons, which are relatively rare, but she apparently had a line of ancient green dragons that would always give birth to twins.
Ricky.
I see that. Huh. What about I'll point at Barbaro? I'll point at the ones I know. Like I think I've seen this guy's around. I'll point at Barbaros.
Yes. He has a nickname that would probably best translate to something along the lines of Hothead. He was known for, as far as we can tell, being a more aggressive member of the Teldrin, favoring more direct and confrontational approaches to problems.
Let's see. And I'll point to Brother Bones. Is like this one seems interesting.
Yes, he's
What's
actually
your
the
luck?
only one you'll notice who has a symbol on his armor, where the other ones bear no symbols. He we call Candlekeeper, and has some sort of special relationship with candles, which, as far as we can determine based upon just information we've collected, is that it has some sort of relation or representation of death and rebirth.
Would it shock you to know that we might have possibly met him?
Well, perhaps this. Do forgive me, but it just seems unlikely as this painting is more than 3,000 years old. Um,
Oh
Immortal
no, we definitely met
beings.
that guy like 2 years ago.
So does I'll point at Graham's candle is like does his symbology into speaking with the dead we know that wizard as Brother Bones. We kind of ended up in the Shadowfell a few months ago,
Uh,
and that's where we met him. And I believe we owe him one more favor.
well, I'm aware of an entity known as Brother Bones, who will occasionally lend his magic powers to people who act as his in essence, agents in the living material plane.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I suppose, I mean, you certainly seem very capable in your abilities. So being able to head to the Shadowfell and interact with him seems well within your powers. Although I've never met anybody who actually has interacted with him in any way, either directly or through one of his various agents. Although known that he has them to kind of go throughout the land. They're very pale elves typically.
Yeah, he was a very how would I describe? He was a nice guy. He helped us out.
I'm glad to hear it.
What about him? And I'm gonna point to the flayed one.
Oh,
I
he is a more mysterious fellow. In fact, we don't have any stories concerning him. We only really know of his existence through this painting alone. At one point, it was suspected that it might have been just a artistic liability that he had been placed in there, where the artist thought that 10 would be better than 9. However, recent acquisitions from the Elven Kingdoms in past years do point to him being an actual member. Just one who seems to have acted perhaps more of a spy master.
let's see. And what about the uh the blades they're wielding? Whatever happened to those?
Well, we're not really sure, as each of the members here has disappeared following their exile. From what we can determine about the blades are they are magic. They would be very powerful blades that had been enchanted with an intelligence. Each of these blades would have a vast array of different magical abilities and would have been wielded by the battle mages. And you'll notice, obviously, they're wearing armor and blades, but besides that, they're also very powerful wizards. We suspect that they were equally skilled in both martial capabilities as well as the magical abilities.
I would not doubt it at all, even if you didn't tell me that, just based off how they're wielding the weapons. They seem like they know how to use a weapon.
It's a lost art. Most wizards these days generally are incapable of one or the other. They simply can do magic. Uh, a more physical approach would be very difficult for them.
I'll point to Craxon and Varen also.
Ah, so he points to Varen. This one, we have stories of him being known as the investigator. He was more known for going around and trying to undercover clues. We suspect he was possibly a sort of kind of enforcement. He would try and enforce the laws and would inspect and investigate any crimes that did occur, although, from my understanding, the Elven Kingdom was generally pretty crime free. As for that one there, we actually do know him as Krexon. Uh, he more recently shows up near the tail end of the Arwellan Empire's kind of influence within the large landmass close to here known as Viderheim. He was apparently had survived until the actual time of the Arwellan Empire and had assisted them for whatever reason, possibly for the fact that he could just give his magical advice, possibly just for easy living, but we couldn't say for sure. He disappeared sometime around when Arwell left Viderheim. Um, the tales we have say he may have been defeated in combat, or he may have just disappeared back into whatever Fey realm he arrived from.
Huh. Do we so out of character do it? Was that every one that we recognize in some capacity?
Yes.
Okay, can I look at the painting again? Kind of like you know if I missed like a detail or anything like that.
Um, give me
Kind of
a investigation roll.
kind of like admiring it.
You don't really see anything that you hadn't noticed. I mean, you've been staring at this thing for quite a while at this point. It
Yeah.
looks like you've kind of gathered all the details that you can.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
does this painting also have the king with his crown in it?
This painting does not, no.
This one doesn't. Okay. I want to think about that again.
Yes, give me an intelligence roll.
Okay.
The one that cracks on it, right? Yeah, that's the.
The one in the castle or palace
Yeah.
or whatever.
I was getting the paintings mixed up.
Intelligence. There it is.
Ah,
Oh.
based upon your earlier kind of mulling over of it, when you had previously spoke with Barbaros, he had mentioned wanting a crown. Um, he gave a very brief description of the crown that had, from what you can recall, seemed to match what's in the actual painting itself. So it does seem that for whatever reason, he does in fact want you to recover the crown of this Elven King.
Fern's going to tell everyone that she finally remembered about the crown.
Ah, wonderful. Now,
We're just gonna pretend it was just the how you have that shock like noise like dun dun dun.
Yes.
That's what
You guys remember that other painting?
The assistant. Oh yes, the crown of the Elven King. Rather simple piece for monarchy, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbaros was looking for it. He kind of just showed up like a few weeks ago in a ziggurat.
he points to that one who he described as being the hothead.
Yep. And you described him. I believe you described him pretty accurate, didn't he? If I remember, he was a little. I think. Let me see what I wrote for him. To the spreadsheet. He was a little like pushy, like in what he wanted. If I remember right.
I don't really remember.
I know it was a long time ago. I just remember he was sus.
Well, we don't actually know what happened to the majority of the, or I should say, all of the members of the painting here. It strikes me as unlikely that you had met somebody who was 3,000 years old, but perhaps somebody who took the identity?
Oh no, it happens all the time.
Oh, nah. I mean,
You'd be surprised at these 3,000-year-old bastards.
I mean, I've had dreams of that guy. I point to the flayed one.
Oh.
I've definitely this guy exists. He's Hank. Is that your dad right there?
Well,
Look,
yeah, that's Dad. Yeah.
Wake up, Hank.
See?
Yeah, that's my dad there. Yeah.
And Hank's practically a young lad.
Practically a wizard.
Yeah, I am. Wizard of a pirate.
He's gonna be the greatest wizard pirate that ever did pirate and wizard.
And a thief.
And a thief. This guy cross classes like nobody's business.
Tell them you're a thief, Hank.
But then how will they know?
When their money's missing.
Stuff vanishes.
Oh, like that diamond.
What
Yeah.
diamond?
A diamond?
Yeah, remember? Fiffle? We were there together.
I remember nothing.
Really? Okay, so what we did was, so when we were at the money changer guy, we went and you wanted to exchange some.
Hank.
Yeah.
What?
What?
That was a secret.
That was a secret?
It was a secret, Hank.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I didn't do nothing. Shut up. The assistant just looking at your talking bag.
I'm just as confused as you are right now.
Yeah.
Like frozen horror.
Do not put your hand near his
Don't
mouth.
let the fingers get too close.
He just like brings his hands up. I will keep that in mind.
He likes to eat hands.
You see him just kind of tuck his hands under his armpits.
Anyway, that's Varen's son, Hank. Hank, do you recognize any of these people besides your dad?
Yeah, Barbaros right there. Dad says he's his friend, but he's like not his like best friend.
What about What about that guy? I pointed at the flayed one.
I don't know him.
What about this one? That isn't that who's this woman?
I don't know. Some lady.
You don't know some lady? I
I meet
figured
a
you
lot of
were
women. I mean, like half the people I meet are women.
Be an observer of humanity, Hank.
I mean, there's other things besides humans. There's like elves and dwarves and like.
Figure of speech, Hank.
I mean, heck, you're a halfling.
I know.
Or are you a gnome? I can't really tell the difference. My eyes ain't so great, and I got 8 of them.
what about I'm gonna point at Brother Bones.
Look, I know Dad, and I know Barbaros.
That's it?
Well, I didn't. I only met 2 of them. What do you want from me?
Did your dad talk about the other ones?
No, no. When I ask him about, it, he gets real quiet.
What happened with the swords? You know that did your dad talk about that? What about his sword? You should borrow his sword.
Oh, he's got that thing locked up in his study. I don't even go in there. He showed it to me 1 time.
Did it talk to you?
No, was it, swords don't talk. What are you talking about?
What about this one? The one she's holding. That look familiar?
Yeah, that's Kaido's. I hear him talking to it because he's a nutcase.
Maybe talk to him.
Yeah, we do hear him talk to it.
Yeah, like
Maybe he
because
was
he's
talking.
insane. I think he hit his head too many times. That's what happened.
Yeah, you're probably.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do that. A talking sword would be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's magic too.
Uh, okay. So I'll tell the assistant curator. It's like, yeah, her sword is called Valor's Edge.
Okay. I mean, the bag talks, so I'm gonna take your word on all of this.
Oh yeah, hey, this is Hank. His name is Hank.
Put her there, pal. He sticks out his pseudopod.
I need drink.
The assistant
People think you're looking through reading.
looks to you all, wondering if he should shake Hank's pseudopod.
Yeah, he won't.
This
He's being
blank
polite.
expression.
He reaches out his hand, and Hank kind of snaps at him.
Hank, that's
Nice.
rude.
Well, I'm hungry.
Hank. Rude.
We'll get you some pirate hands. It'll increase your pirate ability.
Tapping Hank soon.
All right, that's fine. But seriously, if you shake my pseudopod, I will eat your hands.
Hank, please.
So we're just gonna do pseudopod guns, and he just kind of goes.
Oh my God.
Cool cat, Hank.
All right. All right.
Hey, if you want to ask my dad about these guys, I mean, like, you know how to get in touch with them. Why don't you just go talk to them about it?
Yeah. Can we do that, Mr. Ian?
I mean, you have the ability to send him a message.
I'm just
Or
saying. Is it Matt? Is it Graham that has it? We'll send him a
Send
message.
that motherfucker a message.
yeah,
It's like-
you have like an actual device that reaches out to him directly.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will just send him a message. Hey, found interesting painting. You're in it with other
Underwater.
hang on. After with other hang on. Teldryan elves. Nice swords you guys got in armor. Talk? Question mark. I
Almost
think that fits.
immediately-
You know, you guys can get that fit in like to the 25.
Yeah, like you don't have to get it 225, but you just have to be 25 or less. So you almost immediately get a response back. Thank you for reaching out to me. I am currently in an outer plane. I will respond to your message once I return.
You got his
Oh, yeah, you got the voicemail.
Guys, we got voicemail.
We got us out of office.
He's in outer. He's in a business trip, outer planes. He's securing a new contract. This is exciting. You can ask you can ask your dad about your uncle Barbaros.
They're not related.
It's a joke, Hank.
Not by
You're a
blood.
joke.
Their pirating is a joke, Hank. Now let's not fight. You might hurt yourself.
You don't want to fight in front of the assistant because it'll embarrass you.
No, I just don't want to piss your dad off if I hurt you. I
Yeah.
know not to piss off an all-powerful wizard that can disintegrate me.
Oh no, we won't disintegrate you. He'll power word kill you.
Same thing. I'll just be dust.
Stone Cold.
Steve Austin.
Anyway,
You won't be
uh,
dust. You just die. Like he literally just says, "You're dead now," and then you die. There's like no way to stop it.
I think
Anyway,
uh, I think
that's
we're
my plan.
I think we're good here, right?
For who?
I don't know. Whoever gets in my way.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
Hank, do you know a cantrip?
No.
Okay, so you
Right, Hank.
Hey, one day I will.
I know. I
Just
have
wait.
faith in
I'll
you.
make a mage hand. It'll come into your house at night and slap you in the face while you sleep.
I believe you.
Anyway, I'm back to sleep.
Yeah, go back to sleep. I think we're done here, right? Out of character.
Unless you want to ask him something else.
Do you guys have any other ideas to ask him anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good.
The assistant, having watched this whole kind of argument between you and Hank, just thank you for returning the painting. I hope you can find the people who actually killed my mentor and bring them to justice soon.
We will. We'll avenge your mentor. Don't you worry about it.
Let's justice.
And just so you know, they'll suffer a horrifying pain.
Oh, I mean, I was kind of just hoping maybe they could just
Their hands will probably be.
get like arrested and then sent to prison.
No,
Yeah.
they'll most certainly be
Yeah.
brought to for more terrible justice.
For,
Oh,
Yes.
for most of their bodies, but not their hands.
just because I'm a pacifist is all, so I don't really need like the details of this.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Well, please remember to
They'll
feed
be
the sea
executed.
turtles. The turtles.
The turtles, yeah, yes.
Okay, so I think we're good here. We don't know where the crown is, right?
Nope.
No, we just saw it in the painting on the
Yeah.
king's head.
Where the heck has it been buried anyway?
Do we have a name for the king yet, or I know
It's
that his
it's the
name
first
is the
name.
word for king, and
Yeah, it would
talked
be
about that.
some. It translate. Okay, so the Elven word for king, which is his name, is
Mm.
Velair.
Valair.
Like the
Okay.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Well, similar, but yeah. So like the Elven word for king is Vela.
Uh, do we know where royalty for like the elves back then would have been like laid to rest, or whether it would just be underwater at this point, destroyed?
Make a history check.
We are doomed. I should probably make Graham do it, but
I can try it, but it's probably not
Yeah.
gonna be good.
Okay, not bad. And
bad.
okay, so based on what you know of the Elven Kingdom, having collected information about them over several weeks and months, and being able to uncover various bits of information, you know that the king was immortal. He had found some way to extend his life indefinitely through magic, and as far as you're aware, he never actually died. As for where the Elven Kingdom was, that's a little bit tricky, as they most likely existed in some outer plane, possibly in the Feywild. And they had set up different kind of colonies and trade stations around, including in Viderheim.
Okay. So chance of finding that is very low to non-existent.
You got something.
Yeah. All right. I think we are pretty done here then, unless something else pops up before we leave.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Uh, but we need to go to this ghost ship with a clue, right? And so this is further down in the depths where we are.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we have a couple days, right? They were getting stuff ready for us to go, right?
Hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, then unless we have anything to really do, I guess we could peruse like shops or something.
Okay.
I can't think of anything urgent. Was there a reward for bringing back that painting?
For finding the murderers, yes.
Okay. What was it? I don't remember.
It
I
was
thought
200 gold.
yeah, I'm not gonna haggle that. Mm, should have sold the painting. Probably could have gotten 500. Oh, that's my inner Teagle. Sorry. Okay. Let's just roll with it. What's we can wait a couple days, do whatever the party wants.
All right. Well,
Any-
let's start. What would Jackie like to do?
And Jackie's just rolling with the punches, baby.
Okay.
Fine with us getting out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
Many like shopping I wanted to do. Unless there's, I mean, is there any? Well, I mean, I suppose if one goes
Do
shopping, one might find something one wants. Maybe before we pack up and go, we just take a cruise through their markets or whatever under the
Yeah.
sea, you know,
yeah,
from
there
the
you go.
stations, and just like see if there's any unique things that we see that we couldn't otherwise get.
Okay. Well, they have a very extensive market district.
No,
Um,
no, no.
and you can see that it has a number of different things. It has clothing, all wore. It's kind of from woven seaweed and decorated with shells and scales from undersea creatures. You can see that they have alchemists who are selling not kind of like bottles of liquid, but it seems like kind of bottles that are filled with a very thick substance that kind of like is reminiscent of your alcoholic jellies you've been eating.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Uh, there's people selling weapons, people selling artwork, people selling jewelry, people selling furniture. There are different merfolk and tritons who are offering different services, such as coral growth, people selling different animals of the undersea variety. Is there anything you're looking for specifically?
Piffle goes to see that alchemist.
Uh, the
What's in this
alchemist.
hissing, bubbling vat here, my good man?
Oh, actually, uh, we can't really cook anything down here, so we had to tweak our alchemical formula a little bit from probably what you're used to. But we do have a number of alcohol, or not, well, we do have alcohol if you want some, which is generally our most popular, you know, product. But we actually have a number of potions, or which is what you call them, that can
Oh,
help you with all sorts of different things. For example, you seem like a shorter member of the surface dweller species. We have a potion that could make you bigger.
that's interesting. That's interesting. Is that the only potion you have?
Oh no, we have potions that can make you stronger, make you smarter, you can see better. We have all sorts of potions. Potions that will protect you from cold or electricity. Potions that will make you irresistible to women.
Fascinating. Wow.
Potion. to irresistible women. Oh my god.
I guess a potion of an enlargement or whatever it is would be useful. What are those going for?
Oh,
Piffle imagines being huge, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, stepping on people.
well, this will and the way he describes it indicates to you that it will increase your size category by one from small to medium, and it would last an hour. And he's offering a sale for 50 gold.
Awesome, Piffle says as he imagines himself stomping around like Godzilla. Um, 50 gold. Hmm.
I mean, if
That's
you're
kind
willing to
of
barter,
what if I give you um
Biffle's really thinking about this one.
Get over.
I've got some things. I might be interesting trade items. I'm just thinking here.
You could always steal it from him too, there, Jeremy.
How about yeah, no, I don't want to give him anything. But I will offer him 30 gold.
Make a make a persuasion check.
Hell.
Uh,
I go 50 gold is sky high.
35 gold.
Yeah, I suppose I can swing 35.
He holds out this potion that has this kind of like very thick liquid that probably would sink in water. So you imagine you could probably drink it underwater without too much trouble. He kind of holds out his hand for the 35 gold.
I give it to him.
Oh, we also trade in potions that we come from the surface. So this one is a very special one, and I think it is called a cure for a terrible disease known as lycanthropy.
Here for lycanthropy?
Yes.
I had to drink one of those once.
Ah,
Or wait, didn't I?
you
I
did.
think I think so. I think I was
Yeah.
actually that was a previous
Make me drink.
version of one of my characters.
Possibly.
Well, I'm not familiar
That
with
happened
the
during. I
disease in
remember that.
question, but apparently people don't like it. So if you ever,
Georgie, relax, babe.
I don't know how you get it, maybe like eating something that disagrees with you,
Social disease.
but this lycanthropy is really terrible for one's love life. So you might want to have a spare one of these potions as a precaution.
What do those go for?
100 gold.
What?
It's like you said,
Can
it's a
we buy?
social disease.
I'll trade
I
you
was
this
gonna say,
bottle of milky liquid.
I was gonna say, can we buy the love potion and send it to Kaido back in at the Crossblades adventure?
Yeah.
What does he think about my bottle of milk?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, you
He's just gonna
can.
come back someday when he has time to play again. He's gonna come back and just be like, what is all this stuff I have?"
What is this your liquid of your like the white liquid you had?
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
Okay, I'd have to check my
But it does say
Yeah, what is the white liquid you
bottle
have,
milky
Jeremy?
liquid. I have two.
it's where do you remember where you got it? If I recall it might have been during the
It's towards the end of my inventory here, so probably within the last, few months.
okay.
I would say.
Is it the water walking potions?
Yeah, I think it's water walking.
Because I had bought two, and then I had to step out that day, so I gave you my other one. but I'm not sure. I'm not honestly 100% sure. You know what is the best money I spent instead of buying that spyglass?
We don't trade potions. Also, the one you have currently, if you uncork it, all the liquid will disperse into the water, and you won't be able to drink it.
Oh, well, we'll just have to save that for the future.
Maybe you don't require a potion of lycanthropy cure.
I don't know. I mean, I don't personally require it. Fellas, I mean, would the guild want to invest in such a potion? I feel like it was hard to come by on the surface. Didn't you guys have to do something crazy to get that? Then make people because he wanted to be a werewolf because it was gonna be awesome. I don't know why I remember that, but
Because you were bitten by a werewolf and turning into one?
yeah.
Well, anyway, perhaps, and he pulls out this bottle that is in a heart
Honey,
shape.
please.
And when I say a heart shape, I mean like how an anatomically correct heart.
Oh, not the cute heart.
No. This
What's
is
your
a
mom
love
doing?
potion.
A love potion.
Yes, if you drink this, it'll help you fall in love.
What are those? We are adventurers.
Well, adventurers need love too.
Yeah, probably.
I'll give it to you for 20 gold. How's that sound? And that's a good steal. This is on sale
Nah,
because we believe in love and we would like people to find love.
Love ass potion merchant. Just starts muttering obscenities. Wanders out of the shop.
He looks at the rest of you.
Want to buy my milky liquid? Sure.
Your friend seemed pleased with the sale, but I fear he perhaps doesn't want love. How about the rest of you? Do you want a love potion? They're kind of our specialty.
Do they actually work, or it's just like a tourist trap?
No, these work.
No, that's I know. I'm like thinking in my head.
Ah, okay.
Uh, can I insight him and his actual intentions?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's find out. Yeah, he's a pretty good salesman, but you kind of get the idea that maybe he's a little bit more interested in offloading this than the other potions.
So I'll pass. We don't have time for that on the road.
First.
Plus, I'm technically married, even though my wife is dead and in the house, and has her spirit bound to some kind of fiend or devil. So I'll definitely pass.
Oh, normally we just do kind of the death to you part thing, but I guess maybe it's a little different up there.
No, we're gonna end up in hell. Trust me. Then you
I
can sell them their love potions. Maybe they need some love.
maybe. I might have a potion that can send you to hell.
I mean, I have a wizard friend that can send me to hell too. But I just need a way out.
Oh, I don't have one of those.
Yeah, that would be a potion. Yeah. Get out of hell potion. Start buying one of those.
That being said, I do have a friend down the street who does magic. He might have a thing for getting you out of hell.
Cool.
Can I insight that one too?
Yeah, go ahead. Uh, I don't know. It's kind of hard to get a read on that one. It's probably telling the truth.
Otto has become a little hesitant to just trust random people being able to to provide get out of hell things, considering how hard it was to find someone to send them there.
It's actually pretty easy to get to hell if you think about it. Okay, so step one, you just do really bad things for a little while. Step two, you drink a poison.
Yeah, I prefer to show up alive.
It's all rich tapestry, mate.
Yeah. If I show up alive, I can bash some heads in. So, that's it from Otto. That is it from Mr. Otto.
All right.
I think we should go talk to the Magic Man.
He looks to Fern. Can I get you anything? You seem like you're interested. I have all sorts of these crazy potions that work great.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm good.
You don't seem very trustworthy, sir.
I mean, I'm just trying to sell stuff to, like, make a living, mate. Can I get you anything? I have stuff that will.
You have
What do
anything
you,
that caters to an alcoholic?
he like reaches down and pulls out like a kind of just big like crate of just jars and bottles of alcohol, and he just like
Oh,
plops it right there. Pick your poison.
I'll take it all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll give you a volume discount. Let's say 30 gold.
Oh, that's expensive for alcohol, man.
There's like 50
I'll
bottles
just
here,
go buy
mate.
the cheap shit. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Um, I'll give you 20 gold for all that.
make a
What's
persuasion
that?
check.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Doesn't look like it's worth 30 to me, man. I'm an expert, trust me.
Yeah, it's mostly made from. Well, let's just say it'll get you drunk.
Looks like it will. Okay.
He takes your 20 gold and he hands over 50 bottles of alcohol of varying quality.
Hey, great. Excited about that. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, just you may need a new liver afterwards, but yeah.
Joke's on you, his liver's mechanical.
Ah, well then you're fine.
I have no idea if Jackie's liver is mechanical.
No, but it's fine. Might as well be.
I haven't engaged anything else. Stuff that makes you strong. No?
Not for me, guys.
Okay. Well, if there's if you need anything else, come my way.
We will.
Let's talk to the underwater Magic Man. If anybody knows how to get out of hell, it's some random guy you met underwater.
Hank, I need you to hold these 50 bottles of alcohol.
All right.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
He just kind of like scoops them all up and just.
Try to break them.
I won't.
Fine.
I'm
Just
like,
having the alcohol in him is just gonna intoxicate him. He just like be near it.
he just like shoves all 50 bottles in. Ugh. Yeah, it feels weird inside.
You're disgusting.
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of like rattle around in there. Drink it quick, Jackie. Stuff's.
No, I'll be as quick as possible with it. Once Graham gets back, we'll share.
These guys just sell you like underwater corn liquor,
Maybe, but hey, listen, if it's liquor,
and then it's quicker.
yeah, that's what they say.
Yes.
All right, let's get going. We got shit to do.
Where are you off to now?
The
Mm,
magic guy? Is that where we're going?
All right. Heading the direction that he pointed, you can see that there is a actual, instead of just like kind of stall, an actual store made of coral. No door, no windows, but you can see inside are a number of what appear to be magical items, as well as a sea elf who is kind of like just sitting at the kind of counter there, and you can see that he's carefully engraving things into a kind of tablet.
This is the magic guy.
Mm-hmm.
Does he actually look like he knows what he's doing magically just by us watching him? I mean, looking at him.
He appears to be engraving a tablet made of stone or coral with some sort of magically active tool.
Hmm.
Make an Arcana check if you want to determine his actual expertise or competence. Well, it's hard to get a read, but he does appear to be doing some sort of engraving of a magical spell into this one tablet he has.
I assume he doesn't want to be disturbed while he does this, so I just wait a second. Can I?
No, he just, like, without even looking up, yes, can I help you?
Don't know if you want to be disturbed or not.
I can multitask. He kind of
Mm,
puts it down. Plus, I also enjoy making money, so.
I mean, apparently everybody here
Well,
does.
I mean, it's the mercantile district. It's kind of what we do. But anyway, yes, welcome to my magic shop. Don't get a tremendous amount of visitors, but I get enough. But I mean, I can see you're from the surface. You appear to be adventurers of some nature.
Oh yeah, we're totally really famous adventurers on the surface.
I'm sure you are, but so down here things are very different. And you probably tell you probably can use a little bit of magic to survive down here. So tell me what you need, and I will do my best to provide it for you.
I have an unusual request. The potion guy said that you might be able to provide me with a means to either get to the hells and back.
Well, yes, I can. Um, my magic is taught to me. It is passed down from a long line of sea elves, going back all the way to the Elven kingdoms, which very magically capable. I should warn you, as I actually don't want to kill people, that the hells are not a great place to go to, but I can, in fact, get you to and from, or more precisely, I can sell you a magical tablet that will be able to transport you and a select number of people to one of the planes of hells. Generally, it's only going to be the top plane, and you have to get down further and further once you've arrived. But once you're down there, you simply use a second tablet to return back to the material plane.
Okay. And
And is there a warranty on these tablets?
Uh, uh, sure, yes.
Wait.
out of character, Ian, remind me which of the levels would she be on in this case?
You actually don't know.
Okay. I
You
thought
would
that.
need to talk to somebody more experienced with infernal knowledge, and you haven't. You've met a few people who would know, but you haven't strictly like sought anybody out.
Okay. I'm assuming Tova would be like the best place to get this kind of information.
Talva has the Starwell.
And
Vaxval has its own Academy Magic.
okay.
And then there's of course different hedge wizards around, or just experts who you could find by just kind of searching them out.
Okay. Otto takes out a notebook and writes in a notebook. Uh, okay. And so, how much for a pair of these tablets? If I were to, in theory, go through with my plan.
Uh, Expensive.
Give me a numerical value.
Well, be 500 for one tablet, and you need two tablets, so 1,000 gold.
Well, some sort of lend lease or layaway program.
Well, the thing about surface dwellers is you tend to dwell on the surface. So my odds of getting money from that would be very limited. So no, I would need a
But
thousand
not
gold.
zero, not zero odds.
Yeah, I can't afford it. Out of character, I can't afford it. Like, okay, and it's like that's fine.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Yeah.
It's going down.
All right. You know that actually engraving a spell that would take you to the Hells requires a rather expensive tool. Um, that would be like several hundred gold. So
Uh, uh, Based off of this, it's a tool reusable.
it you're not sure. Not with that 12.
I'll think about it and I'll
What?
possibly re-arcana myself later. More of a I want to know for my own thing more than to use it to negotiate. Okay, then I am Dunskies. I don't out of character. I do not have the financial means of sending myself to and back from the hells right now.
Well, you know that you can when you do have the financial
Yeah.
means.
And I should also point out when you're in hell, you probably want some sort of protection from fiends.
Uh, Please expand on that if you may.
Well, there's certain spells that will protect you from different kinds of things. In the hells, you have demons, devils, or just fiends. Fiends are your kind of overall. And by having a specific spell, he kind of pulls out a tablet and he puts it on the counters like this one here. This will protect you from them, basically giving you a little bit of protection against them. I guess it's not perfect. Like I said, I don't want you to die, but it's better than nothing.
What's the price tag on that?
I mean, I'll tell you what. You buy my two tablets to get you to and from, and I'll throw this in for 100.
Can I insight the fact that he wants to sell the tablets, but he doesn't think he's gonna sell them anytime soon?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, this guy doesn't want you to die.
Okay.
Like he's trying to cover his costs, but he really just does not want you to die.
Yeah. As much as I want to go there right now, I think caution is the way to go for me right now.
I don't want to just ask my dad. He can probably get you.
Yeah, I know, but we also need to be prepared to go down there. You need to be able to fling some magic too.
Yeah, probably.
See?
You give me a hammer. I could bop somebody on the head with it, right?
Like a meat tenderizer?
Yeah. I'll hit their hands so they're really chewy and soft.
That makes my hands hurt.
You said meat tenderizer, man. I just said a hammer.
No, that's fair.
But he could do it. I mean, what do you
Okay,
want to do to prepare anyway?
to survive and lay waste to them.
Well, that's your goal, but what do you want to do to actually prepare?
I don't know. What do you think I should do?
Oh, baby.
I don't know. Get holy water. Get things that would repel, fiends.
Is Hank pulling my leg, or is he actually being very actually trying to be helpful?
Make an insight check. Yeah, he's actually trying to be helpful, surprisingly.
Hang on, Hank. Let me write this down.
Because the other thing you could do is I don't know, make a deal with some fiends while you're down there, and then You got like an ally. I mean, he'll probably bite you in the ass later on, but
Yeah. What was the one that we Graham made that deal with?
I gotta go find her name.
And then it blew up in our face when we were trying to do the one with the other four fiends. Anya.
Yeah, Anya Kind is at least what she told you her name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go do something like that. But yeah, like, holy water will help you. Stuff fiends don't like. Plus, you're like a paladin, so you already kill them real good.
Yeah. Mm,
And there's like things like, protection from fiends is a good one. That's a nice spell.
huh. Thanks for the help, Hank. I appreciate it.
Wait, what? You put it on my pseudopod, right?
No, I appreciate your help, Hank.
Oh, all right. You're welcome.
Hank is probably very confused right now.
You're not used to being respected, are you, Hank?
Yeah, it feels good. Not like you putz.
Yeah, I definitely don't respect you. No, I'm just kidding, Hank. You're all right.
Yeah, you're pretty good. You know what I really like about you, Fiffle? I
What?
like when you pop that lock on that glass case with the cursed, well, not cursed, like thing that we stole. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's a good thing that thing wasn't cursed.
Yeah, I told you it wasn't cursed.
I was pretty sure it was cursed.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, and I told you
Honestly, I'm still not convinced it's not cursed.
it's probably
Huh.
fine. I mean, at one point I was using it as a back scratcher,
Still
and then
not
I
convinced.
put it under Otto's bed to keep it safe.
Now your back is cursed.
I don't have one, or do I? You should.
You
It
just
was
said
actually
you were
pretty.
using it as a back scratcher.
Oh, I didn't scratch my back with it. That's just what you call it.
We don't need to know anymore.
You. That's right. You don't.
Uh,
Hey, Fern, you know what I gotta tell you? I think you would do pretty good in the Hells. If you feel like the kind of person who would go down there and just kill everything, you should do
Okay.
that.
I could try one
You'd
day.
do pretty good. Jackie, or whatever your name is, Drunky, I think.
Yeah.
Could you punch a devil to, like, super death?
I'm pretty confident I can punch anyone to death.
But, like, super death.
What's the requirement for super death?
You just gotta, like, punch them so hard that their, like, soul dies.
That's probably something I could do. Yeah.
Yeah. See? Look at this. Otto, you already have what you need to get down to hell. Graham's being pretty quiet today.
Well, it's because he's not here.
I assume he's hungover.
Maybe that's it.
Anyway, Otto, you should buy those tablets and go to hell and save,
okay.
like, your dog. I think I wasn't really paying attention to most of this.
I don't have enough money, Hank.
Where does it all go, mate?
Hold on, man.
Where's all your money go? You don't spend it on anything.
This armor, the cannons,
Uh huh.
the pay the crew.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know what the heck I spent that. I bought this clothes.
Yeah.
You need to get to this level of greatness, Hank.
Like, maybe ask my dad to, like, give me some money.
Is your dad rich, Hank?
I guess he goes to, like, the elemental plane of Earth. Because you could just, like, stick a shovel in that thing and just pull out, like, a big old hunk of gold. That's, like, all over the place. At one point, we just started, like, tossing it into the trash. We had so much of it.
I feel like Kaido, even though he's not here, just like rolled over in his grave. Uh,
Oh, Jackie, you know you like the elemental plane of alcohol.
Probably would like that, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the fumes will kill you like almost immediately, but it'd be a pretty good
It'll probably kill
two.
most people.
Yeah, it'd be a good like 2 seconds before you succumb. But
Well,
besides that,
it's going to kill me is psoriasis.
yeah, that's right. You got that liver cancer. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna take a nap now. I've been yapping too much, and I'm tired.
all right.
All right,
We'll catch
Hank.
you later, Hank. If you think of anything else, let us know.
You're a
Uh,
cool guy, Hank.
maybe just get some like magic items
Don't let
for like.
anybody tell you different.
Nobody tells me different. I know I'm cool. Like the flip side of your pillow.
Don't listen to what the people say, Hank.
Hank doesn't respond as he's busy snoring.
Hmm.
The magic salesman. Um, an interesting conversation with your bag. Um, but he is correct. If you do need to get to the hells, there's a number of different ways you can prepare. There's even different items that would be good for warding off fiends. They're not 100% perfect, but they would give you at least a little bit of protection against some of the more lesser versions who might give you more trouble.
Uh, what are some of these items and what do they do?
Well, there's like kind of magic wards. If you get them, they kind of make lesser fiends leave you alone as they may cause physical pain to them. More powerful ones wouldn't really care that much. But then, yes, you just have like tablets of protection against fiends, which would actually create a kind of bubble around you that would prevent fiends from entering in. It doesn't last super long, but it lasts long enough to keep you safe for a bit.
Out of character, what kind of duration are we talking? Next.
It would last 5 minutes.
Quite a long time in turn turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are things like in an RPG game, you'd buy like 99 of them so you don't have to get random battles. Uh, so those are the wards. What other methods besides the wards and the tablets?
Well, I primarily deal with spells that would protect you from fiends and the like. But there's certain magic items that would be able to give you some measure of protection. Holy items, anything that could do radiant damage would definitely be able to protect you and be able to aggravate the like, like wounds against fiends. So that you would probably need to talk to an artificer if you know one.
Yeah. Yep. If you heard of Professor Stone Snout.
But yeah, holy water is definitely going to be one of your more useful items.
Okay.
Oh, and I've heard of those very. It's a legendary weapon, but something known as a holy avenger.
Holy Avenger. Where would you even go about finding something like this?
That I don't know. I've only heard of it.
What kind of weapon is it?
I don't know.
Do you know anyone who might know more about something like this?
Well, you could start with anybody who has like access to magical items. I deal primarily with inscribing scrolls into like magic spells into tablets. But I mean, anything that does like magic research. So if you can find like powerful wizards or very like well connected clerics at temples, they'd be able to assist you. Anybody who can do like specializes in searching for magical items might be able to help you.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's apparently somewhere in the landmass known as Viderheim, so might be able to assist. Like I'm assuming that's where you're from.
Yes.
So where it is, I do not know, as I've never visited, and in fact, I've never actually surfaced and breathed in air. Surprisingly,
Not all it's cracked up to. Yeah.
You should come visit sometime if you ever get a chance.
I'm in a good place here, but I do appreciate the offer.
No, you have friends in the Frost Blaze Adventuring Guild if you ever decide to visit Blacksfall.
I don't know where that is, but I appreciate that.
You don't see this, but thumbs up. Okay, then Otto is mentally done, has a lot to process. AKA, I basically need to ask Baron and Stone Snot about that.
All right. Does Jackie wish to purchase anything from anywhere in the market district?
Nope. I got what I need.
Okay. Does Fern wish to
Any
look?
new item upgrades for Jackie will just come organically
It's fair.
or never.
Or
Actually, make a perception check.
who, Jackie or
Yeah. Jackie, as you're like kind of wandering around outside, having stuffed Hank full of 50 bottles of rum, you do notice that there are some Triton who are engaging in boxing.
Oh, cool. I like boxing. I'll watch.
And so they're in an area that looks like it's kind of cordoned off. You can see that there's a sign above them. What languages do you speak?
Um, Jackie's pretty dumb, so he doesn't really speak very many languages. He speaks Goblin and Basic tongue.
All right. Well, it's not in Goblin and it's not in Common, so you are not sure what it says.
Common.
Yeah, but you do see that there are Triton who are dressed in similar outfits. They seem to have the same kind of colors, and it looks like they are engaging in some sort of competitive sparring match involving like strikes with their hands as well as kicks.
That sounds fun.
does
Yes.
comprehend languages work for the party?
I can't remember actually how it works precisely, but
Yeah.
let's see here. No, you use it on yourself.
I mean,
Oh,
Jackie understands the language of violence, so
okay.
okay. Well, yeah, Jackie just drunkenly observes the combat and remarks that this is good. Cool, guys. Good job. Nice job kicking each other's asses. That was fun to watch.
One of the Tritons kind of standing by the side overhears this. Are you interested in competing?
I'm not really a very competitive type, but I do like to fight, and I do enjoy violence and alcohol.
This is where we train some of our.
That was a mistake.
This is where we train some of our kind of martial arts. We're part of a special school that's dedicated to a specific kind of technique. We call it kind of like rolling storm technique, I guess is probably what it would translate to in common.
Oh, well, that sounds fun.
It's pretty interesting. My
Sounds
understanding
it.
is on the surface, there's less resistance, so you can kind of like punch faster. But down here, we use the water resistance to kind of really train ourselves. And Jack, as you're very good at martial arts, punching people. You see that they are able to throw punches and kicks that don't really look like it's being affected by the drag of water. It looks really much like they're just kind of like using this the same as they would be while they would be on the surface.
That's impressive, guys.
Yeah.
Like you guys would kick my ass in a fight here.
Well, I don't know. We don't like
Yeah,
to
well, maybe
brag,
one of
but
these days. But I probably won't ever be back down here underwater. So,
if you're ever interested in learning any about rolling storm techniques, let us know.
would that have any advantage for my character in the long term?
Maybe you'd have to find out.
Okay. Yeah, well, maybe yeah, we'll do some training together.
Well, we don't go anywhere. Same dojo as always.
Sounds good, man. Well, talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
While that's going on, Fern, would you like to purchase anything or do anything in the city?
Um, Perhaps. I don't know. I don't need anything. Is there a cool hat store or something? I don't know.
Well, there's clothing store you've passed.
Okay, I'll go look in there.
Okay. In the clothing store, you can see there's a merfolk woman. And as you enter in, she's like, "Ah, come in, come in.
Hmm,
Let me get your measurements." She kind of pulls out some tape, and she's kind of goes up to you, and she's like,
okay.
mm-hmm. Yes. What can I get you? What do you want? Do you
Uh,
want
what do you have?
all sorts of things? Dress is popular, yes. Scarves. Uh, Down below here, we have many interesting fashion items. Did you know that people enjoy long, trailing kind of streamers behind them? It looks very nice floating in water. Would you like one?
That sounds very nice, not very practical for my job.
Hmm, possibly not. Armed to the teeth. Adventurer, I would say.
Yes, yes.
Hmm. Well, we have all sorts of different things. We have an item that surface rollers refer to as shoes.
Yeah, yeah. Sure. Shoes are nice.
I'm not
Like
familiar with
boots.
boots. Yes, made from. She kind of like pulls out a pair, and you can see that it's made from some sort of. It's like a scale, kind of like makes it
Like
up. It look.
scaly boots.
Yeah, I mean, make a nature check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this actually is from the scales harvested from an undersea serpent.
Mm.
So you can see that they are, in essence, the underwater equivalent of alligator boots.
Damn.
It's kind of fancy.
We can fit these to you. Little alterations, and I can have it suited to you. You would fit like gloves.
How much are they to begin with?
10 gold.
10 gold. Maybe, maybe not. You have any cool hats?
Oh, yes, hats are very popular. We have so many heads here. And she shows you to the hat section. So the hat
Yes.
section is comprised of all sorts of hats. There's things that look like top hats. There are hats that kind of look like a fun bowl shape with like a little like curve to them as the rim around them. There's kind of like hats with a band around the edge that would keep like the sun out of your eyes. That looks to be based off of a surface design.
Mhm.
A lot of the hats look like they are kind of aerodynamic to let you kind of swim easier with them on.
Mm.
There's
Okay.
also nice, like, kind of flat top hats. There's hats that look like they're kind of this soft felt, but looks to be made out of seaweed. In fact, a lot of them look like they're probably woven out of some sort of seaweed or made from some sort of undersea creature.
Hmm.
We can also special design hats for you. We would have to accommodate your ears, I presume.
Yeah, that's a problem.
No, quite easy for me. Minor alterations, and I will have a hat that will fit your head like a glove.
Okay, how much for a hat?
Well, it depends. What kind of hat would you like?
Just like kind of a simple-ish hat, like a like the what they said like a sun hat.
Yep, she kind of pulls out this like wide brimmed sun hat that you can see is made of this very nice kind of. Well, yeah, make another nature check. Just for ha-has. It's made of some sort of sea animal. You can't probably identify it because you might not have encountered it before, but it definitely looks like it is one that comes from further below. But you can see that it is like these very shiny scales that are very colorful. They're kind of a rainbow, and it actually almost reminds you of Aurora.
Oh, cool.
And so yeah, and it's like got a wide brim, so on the surface it would definitely protect you from the sun quite a bit. It's got like a rounded top to it. The saleswoman there is like minor alterations, and I can make holes to accompany for your ears. It would take
Mm-hmm.
me only a
Mm-hmm.
few minutes.
Okay.
And the hat itself, lovely but not popular. Too much drag down below. Uh, an
You follow me,
experiment.
man?
So I would give it to you 5 gold.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
This is talking about this very thing.
The saleswoman, she kind of like takes the hat, and you see her very quickly like work with some like scissors, needles, thread, and she puts in some like ear holes, and she like takes the hat and she like plops on on your head, and your like ears you slip right through the holes, very easy, very comfy. See,
Very comfy
lovely.
hat.
You are ready for whatever the evening brings today.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, Andrew the Gold.
Ah, thank you. Please do come back. I have so many designs, so many wonderful designs that never get used.
Let me see if any of my friends want hats.
Oh, please do. So many hats, so little time.
All right, we're just gonna leave and show everyone her new hat.
Ooh, nice hat.
Thank you. She has a whole hat section if you want one. Also, boots and flowy dresses.
Sensational.
Yes.
And scarves.
Oh yes, and scarves.
Uh,
All right. What would everybody like to do now?
um, I have no clue.
We're supposed to be doing something.
We're,
Prepared.
I think we're just preparing, like just doing any last minute things before we go down to this ghost ship further down.
Okay. Did you wish to do anything to prepare it before you go down there?
Anything? What kind of shenanigans are we gonna expect down there?
You haven't been really given details.
Uh, what can we ask about what to expect down there?
Make an investigation roll.
I am an investigator, not quite lawyer level, but I'm an investigator. Let me see. Where's my investigation? I am not an investigator, guys.
Yeah, you don't really like. You can't really like kind of think about.
Uh,
Can I try?
Yes, anybody can try. Nope. Nope.
Aren't there something about
We're
devising a
pretty poor
All the
investigators.
trash.
My God.
Okay.
I mean, you can re-roll that as a halfling, but
Darn right I can. Because I am a halfling.
my God.
Uh, I'm just gonna say that Graham gets out of his stupor for a little bit.
Yeah,
And
go ahead and roll
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Graham.
Graham, come join us.
We're great at investigating.
hang on, let me get the
I think you guys partook too much of those alcoholic jellies.
Stuff.
Graham thinks maybe if you go to the palace, they could possibly give you some information.
Good idea, Graham. Go back to your drinking. Then he vomits in the corner. Yeah, let's go to the palace and ask them what should we expect if we head down there. We're specifically going to Ghost Ship Land.
As you head to the palace
You're
and you
so
talk
cute.
to one of the attendants, they go and they retrieve somebody who you can see is dressed less in a stylish fashion and more what you would think of as practical. You can see that they have a number of different kind of like they have like belts, they have pouches, different tools. The guy has a backpack. You can see he's like a larger and more kind of scarred merman, and he's wielding a trident. As he approaches, "Ahoy there! I'm in charge of scavenging crews. Most of them are private, but I'm in charge of the more palace-based ones. And a question for what's below?
Yeah, I'll basically detail the we're going deeper underwater. Specifically, I don't think that Ghost Ship wreck is off limits, right? It's pretty.
If you want to go that way, it's your funeral. But no,
What can we expect?
well, it turns out ghosts.
Mm, anything specifically work on ghosts?
Well, they're undead, so if you have anything to deal with undead, definitely can deal with them pretty well. That being said, it's generally considered a somewhat more troublesome wreck there. We don't send scavenging crews down that way. The few that go there try and risk it tend to be murdered. But yeah, I did hear a tale a couple, I don't know, months or maybe a year or so ago. A pirate went down that way, and from the surface, mind, just rolled to the city, went down to the wreck, and came back. Couldn't believe it. Wish I'd talked to him and gotten some pointers from me lads, but the point is, he managed it.
Do you know who the pirate was?
Dwarf fellow is what I believe you surface dwellers call him. Storm Fist, Storm Blade,
Uh, hang on, I mean,
Storm something or other.
Darzan Stormhammer.
Yes, yes, that's the one.
That guy's a real thumbs up from me. Okay, he's the former pirate admiral.
Out of character, he was not a pirate admiral. He is actually not associated with the Free Sailors
I thought he
Alliance.
was. I don't know why that was there. Someone moved my notes. Then. It literally is there like that.
He was a he was a competitor for the Free Sailors Alliance, but was independent and is
Okay,
somewhat of a kind of
good answer.
annoyance to them.
Okay.
But yeah, down that way. The other thing to keep in mind as you get deeper, the sea creatures get bigger, get more aggressive. You're also going to have the Marrow and the Shogun. They're down that way. You get down there too deep, you're going to find whatever it is that gives them orders, and you don't want to find that. So, my advice to you, you head to that pirate ship, the Silent Eel, get in, get out, don't get killed.
Okay.
Good advice.
You say silent EO?
Yep, Silent Eel. Eels that are silent, you can't hear them.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Actually, go ahead, make a. Everybody who would like can make a history check. Now that he tells you the name of the ship. Okay. I want to see what everybody else gets before I. Okay.
I can roll for Graham if we need to.
Nah, I think that's alright.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Fern knows the most. Otto knows a little bit. Fern, you're actually kind of surprised you know about the silent eel, considering is not related to the Feywild at all.
All the books she reads.
You've definitely picked up knowledge. The silent eel was sunk about 70 years ago, um, during the initial kind of ascension of the Pirate Admiral Dragoneye when he was still a captain, and the crew was sunk by his ship as they were competitors. And after a fierce battle, he was able to put a hole in the side of the ship. It went beneath the waves, and his first mate, a powerful sea witch, put a curse on them that has bound their souls to the ship and is rumored to have like a powerful curse around it.
Powerful curse around ship.
Yeah.
Entire curse is powerful. Uh, do you know if Graham is capable of removing said curse, Fern? Does you know that? Is it a something he can kind of hold back with his remove curse, like just flower thing?
He might be able to.
Okay.
While you're talking to the scavenger crew leader, a merfolk messenger comes up. He's like, "Oh, I was actually about to head out into the city to try and find you. Um, well, we've prepared a whale transport that'll take you down further. We have a small crew that'll go with you, and they will be able to kind of guide you further in. Uh, so, whenever you're ready, it's kind of at the he like pulls out like a map of the Coral Kingdom, and he shows you where like the palace is, and then he points to a kind of like strange dock area. He's like, right there. That's where we prep all the ships we send out for the actual scavenging crews. Well, I guess you call them ships. We just get whales and we attach like little carriages to them so we can kind of ride in them. But the point is, it's ready whenever you are ready.
Good. Sounds like adventure cause. You guys ready?
I want to ride a whale.
Fucking do it.
Yeah. I mean, if that's on your bucket list, it's gonna get done.
Okay. Do you head to the whale?
If nobody has anything to do, yeah, let's head to the whale.
All right. Well, yep. You head down, and you can see that there is. It does reminisce of a dock, as you can see the like kind of coral stretching out, forming a platform with a gap in the center. And you can see that there is a large whale kind of just like floating there. You can actually hear the whale noises that it's making. You can see like the large eyes, and you can see on the back of the whale, kind of attached to it with like a large kind of belt going around the whale, is this like wooden carriage. Or, well, actually, it looks wooden, but you can tell that it's made from some sort of like undersea construction material. Not coral, but it looks something like maybe you would think some sort of like thick kind of like seaweed that has been kind of stitched together. And there are a number of merfolk who are dressed much like the crew leader you'd spoken to earlier. And as they see you, they kind of wave you over. Ah, heroes of the Coral Kingdom. Well, come on when you're ready. Step in the
Yeah.
carriage, and we'll be taking off.
All right, sounds like a plan. By the way, does that whale have a name?
Ah, he does actually. You're going to be looking at our good friend, Underwater Frank.
Underwater. He looks like a Bismarck, but hey, it's underwater Frank. It is.
I mean, that's just what we call him. We don't have the ability to speak to animals.
You
And
don't know
we
what his
actually
real
got the
name
name
is.
from. We got the name from a passing ship we had spoken to. I mean, I guess
Uh,
it's a little redundant calling him Underwater Frank, considering we're
It
underwater. I mean, if
works.
anything, we probably should just call him Frank, or if he's up above, we could call him like Surface Frank, but that's what
underwater
we call
Frank,
him.
and when he's on the surface, he's surface Frank. What if he takes to the air? Is he like Air Frank?
Well, I sure would imagine yes. But as it stands, he cannot fly, but he sure can swim. And
What
he's
if
got us to and
he?
from pretty well.
What if he were to go into the air briefly? Would you call him Air Frank then?
I mean, if he leapt, sure, but he doesn't. I mean, he's got to go up every once in a while for air to actually, breathe.
Yeah.
But, well, actually, what we do is we get like a little bubble of air from magic, and we just kind of stick it on his blowhole, and he could use that to like breathe through. So it doesn't necessarily need to go to the surface that often. But yeah, he's a
Right
good
on the
whale,
ball.
reliable. I've been working with him years. I mean, I don't know what you could say about a whale.
Yeah. He looks like a hardworking whale that's very appreciated.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, if you're ready, hop on in and we'll get going.
Yeah. Let's do this.
As you get in, the door closes and the whale kind of like you feel it like surge forward, and we will pick this up next week.
I figured this was going to be